If you're skinny fat, have gyno, or are brown, this video is for you. And if you're all three, then you're the perfect audience for this video, and I highly recommend you watch this from start to end. My name's Adi. I'm going from skinny fat to Brad Pitt lean before 2026. I make education videos, no bullshit, no hyper edited content. Just me and you. And if you're interested in that, click on the subscribe button and turn on push notifications. I have some reels for you guys to watch before we get into the video, so just watch these few reels.
Rohan, did you wash your hands after using the toilet?
No.
Oh, thank God. I got scared for a second.
Do not redeem the code. Do not redeem.
We are proud to have taught you our culture.
Dad, I want to be an Uber driver when I grow up.
Wow, that's good. Everyone in our bloodline share the same dream of either being a scammer or Uber driver.
These videos are funny, right? I mean, I find them entertaining, don't get me wrong. But the problem comes when it's the younger kids watching it. You know, if you're 14, 15, anything below 18, it messes up with your head. And I grew up abroad. I grew up in UAE, so I had a lot of foreign friends. You know, there is quite some racism outside, and obviously back in India, you won't feel it's that much. It's everybody. You know, you're not gonna be racist towards your own race. That's dumb. Even though they are in India, I'm talking about India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all these countries, because everyone's referred to as brown here. But when you go abroad, you'll you'll notice the unsaid racism. You'll feel like everyone's looking down on you. You'll have this sense of inferiority complex. You'll just feel like you're not as good enough. You don't deserve this. It's just stupid, right? It's like everybody's watching you. Oh, he's brown. He might do something stupid. Keep your eyes on him. You know, he might steal. You know, that's the stigma around brown people, or they're just not good enough. It's just a stigma. Nobody says it out loud. You will feel it yourself though. I've been to multiple countries and I can tell you it's there. I don't feel it anymore. And the main thing is, it's videos and reels like this at a young age. You keep watching these reels, it feeds into your subconscious mind, you know. Now, obviously, you put deo. That's dumb. Of course, you don't go outside stinking. You obviously put deo. You put perfume. You wash your hands. You eat clean food. You know, you're hygienic. But all these videos, they subconsciously mess your brain up. And the problem happens when that subconscious and your subconscious mind becomes your reality. Because it's your subconscious mind, you can't control it. That's the problem. I have some friends, right? They talk shit about Indians, being Indian themselves. They're like, dude, fuck these Indians, dude, they're so dumb. I can't relate to them. Indian girls are so dumb. Indian guys are so dumb, they're uneducated and stuff. But you're Indian yourself, you're shitting on your own race. And these people are like the fucking bottom of the barrel who reside in the cesspool of the fucking world. Yeah, they're shitting on their own race. They're nothing better. Fine, you might look better, you know. You don't eat the street food. You clean. Yeah, you put deo. But like, dude, who are you comparing yourself to? You're comparing yourself to these blue collar workers, the laborers. They don't know any better. Their problem is the rent they have to pay, the food they have to put in their kids' mouth, you know, to keep their stomachs full. Your problem is which YouTube video you're gonna watch tonight while having dinner. That's the difference between you and they don't care about how they smell. They don't care how hygienic their food is as long as they have something to eat. And you're making fun of these people, and it makes you think that you're better than them. Fine, yeah, in a social standpoint, you might be better than them, but that doesn't mean shit, dude. So I'm just saying, stay away from these type of people who shit on your own race, and this could be for any country. Like just because you're brown, there's no valid point behind this. It's just because of skin color, you know. You have this inferiority complex. You feel like, oh, we are worse than the white people, and as racist as that sounds, it's in your head without subconsciously it's built into your mind, yeah, because of Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. That's how it is. Another thing you'll notice is Indians are skinny fat as fuck, dude. Indians are skinny fat. They have a big ass. Indian uncles have a big ass belly. Man titties. You go outside of your house, you touch some grass, and you see how many skinny fat Indian uncles you'll find. Everyone is skinny fat. It goes hand in hand. And you might be going on the same road. And it's honestly, it's not, it's not our fault. Uh, when you're in your teenage years, yeah, you have school, then you go for coaching for JEE and NEET, then you come back, you might play PUBG with your friends. There's no time for exercise. You know, the small time you have, you're gonna get the maximum dopamine you can, so you play PUBG with your friends. I hate that game. I think it's dumb. But that's what you do, it's completely fine. And you study so much, you know, it's all study, study, study. So the little you try to get dopamine from any other source, because obviously you can't get it from anything else. You try to get dopamine from any place you can because your life is so shit. You don't have a social life. You sit at home and you study all day. You study in your coaching classes. You study in your school. So you get dopamine from food, from YouTube videos, from mobile games. And that's why 55 to 60 teenagers have gyno, have some sort of gyno. And I won't be surprised if it's more in Indians because sports are not seen as a potential career. You know, find the IPL a little bit, but in a population of billions, a few people playing cricket is not helping out at all. That's why so many people are skinny fat because exercise and fitness and sports have been disregarded, and it's all education, education, education. That's why so many Indians are skinny fat. So many Indians are skinny fat. So many Indian kids, Indian boys, right? Boys have gyno. That's why so many Indian men also have gyno because it goes unnoticed. You notice it. Nobody speaks out about it. You don't go to your friends and tell them, "Dude, I have gyno. Look at my chest." You don't do that, right? Because it's embarrassing. That's why nobody speaks out about it. It's not taught in school. It's not taught about in bio class. If you need the information you get about gyno comes from YouTube and Reddit. That's your source of information. You can't talk about your parents. You tell them go study. I'm not spending 1 to 2 lakhs on that gyno surgery, and it costs around 5k USD abroad for all the Indians outside, all the brown people outside. And obviously, if you're a teenager, don't think about surgery. Build a big chest. Go to the gym. Look at these shoulders, dude. Go to the gym, right? I do have gyno. I still have gyno. It's not as noticeable because when people look at me, they look at my arms first. Then they look at my shoulders. Then they look at my chest, and then comes gyno. It's so far back at the list. It's noticed last, and that happens when you go to the gym consistently for a year. Go to the gym consistently for a year. Then tell me how's your gyno looking. If you're skinny fat, that means you're above 20% body fat. Don't talk about gyno. Just don't talk about gyno. First, get that belly in. Yeah, 20%. Anyone above 20% body fat has chest fat. So it could be gyno, it could not be gyno. You can't tell. If you do have gyno, you can't tell how much gyno you do actually have. So you can't tell. So first, lose all of that fat, become below 20% body fat. Okay, go to the gym consistently for a year, and then come and talk about gyno. Then you worry about your surgery because most of you do not actually have gyno, and you might develop a little bit during your puberty years, but that's because of the shitty food you eat. You fix the Domino's, you fix the McD, stop eating samosas, chole. I mean, that's still better comparatively. Stop eating all the fried. Stop drinking chai, dude. That is addictive. Stop drinking chai and the 20 biscuits you eat with it, the rusk you eat with it. That has 500 calories per 100 grams. Go check the packaging. Stop eating that, dude. You'll feel better. You'll be more confident. Just give it a year. Stop thinking about surgery if you're still a teenager. And then you think about surgery when you start when you're 23, 24. Then you worry about your surgery. And nobody, if once you start going to the gym, you'll notice your gyno stops poking out. You know, I had this personal story. When I was 17, 18, that's when I actually started caring about my gyno. I started caring about how I looked. So I used to, you know, give a shit that my boobs are poking out of my t-shirt. Yeah. So I used to wear. You could use this as well. It's coping. It's a coping mechanism, but you can use it at the time you're still working on yourself. You can use these few hacks. You can wear a vest so the nipples don't poke out. You can wear dark clothes. You wear dark clothes, it's less noticeable. If you wear oversized clothes, it's less noticeable. So these are three hacks you could use. to stop your gyno from showing to others. It's just a coping mechanism. The real problem is here. You have to fix it. You have to stop caring about it that much. Okay, especially in your teenage years. I know it feels like shit. I know you want girls to look at you and your massive chest when you start going to the gym, and you might not want that. That's my dog. Tofu enough. He's going to sleep. So when I was 17, I used to do these hacks. There were some clothes I used to get as a birthday present from my friends. I couldn't wear them because my fucking gyno would stick out. That's how insecure I was. I used to wear, I used to feel ashamed of myself. I used to blame my genetics. I used to blame the fact that I'm brown skinned. I used to blame everything other than myself. Okay? I used to force my mom to give me chicken nuggets every day in school, to give me Nutella bread, to give me the Lotus Biscoff bread, that shit. I used to ask her to give me that. And that's why my fucking hormones got so messed up that I developed bitch titties. And that could be the same for you. You could be eating Maggie, you could be eating Kurkure, Lays, all these processed shit, dude. Stop eating all of that. And in uni, when I was around 20 years old, I used to move my t-shirt and people used to call me Gyno or Bhai Gyno kaisa hai. Stuff like that. You know, I knew I had Gyno. I was dealing it years before these guys started calling me. When they used to call me these names, I used to feel indifferent, dude. I didn't give a shit. I was going to the gym. I was working on myself. I didn't give a shit what these people said about me. And now it's much less noticeable. I'll show a before and after picture and you'll see the difference. When I wear a t-shirt, I can wear a tight ass t-shirt. People will think it's my chest. And only bodybuilders, only people who go to the gym, men especially, because they're the ones who develop gynos. For ladies, it's titties. For men, it's gyno. So these people actually notice, okay, that's gyno, that's not chest. You overanalyze it. Okay, like if I look at someone's chest, I can tell how much gyno they have because I've studied this for years, dude. I have a PhD in gyno, so I can wear whatever I want, and it's still there. I still do have gyno, but people don't notice it. People think I have a big ass chest because I worked on this for at least 10 months, going to the gym consistently with a proper diet. Okay, I was doing body recomp. I was not bulking because when you bulk, it becomes bigger. I was not bulking, and people during they make this mistake while bulking, especially if you're younger. Stop dirty bulking. Stop eating all the pasta and the McD without no. You'll think you don't have any consequences, yeah. But after a few years, when you cut and the gyno is bigger than it would have been, it's because of the dirty bulk. So stop caring about your skin color, guys. Stop caring about your gyno. Stop caring about if you're skinny fat, give a shit about that because that's something you can change now. You can change that in a few months' time. The fact that you're skinny fat. Don't care what other people say. You're not below others because of your skin color. I used to have a friend back in UAE. He was shorter than me. He was more dark skinned than me, but he was super skinny and he was shredded. Okay, he was like 5'5", I'm 5'9". That guy was the most attractive, the most charismatic, and the most fun person to be around. It's not because you're brown, it's not because you have gyno, it's none of that. He didn't walk around naked. Nobody knew he was jacked. But the way he acted, full of energy, full of life, you start being the fun guy, the action guy people enjoy talking to, enjoy being around, and all of these things won't matter. Okay, you think girls care so much about the fact that you're brown? They don't. They don't give a shit, dude. So stop being insecure about these things. And if you guys want more educational content just like this, it's me talking to you guys about my life stories, what I've been through, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.